Hey everybody, how are you? Kim here.
Hey, Kim FItzpatrick here. I wore my Mickey shirt.
I love your Mickey shirt.
I know there's Disney fans on here.
Yeah.
So.
There we go. Ow,
We're good.
Oh, I'm good. Okay, I gotta get centered.
Happy Monday.
My ergonomics was not cool. Okay.
This is the it's the first post for this week for the group. So
I know, excited.
we are gonna bring it. We were getting ready for the call.
Yeah, we were.
Does Tony Robbins do that? Can you guys hear us okay? I see some people hopping on. I hope we can see comments.
Just some hearts and some likes if you can see it.
I hope we can see comments.
I know, I hope so too.
Because you never know.
I know.
With Facebook
it's
Live.
so true. I don't know. I don't think we can see any, so we may just have to rock and roll.
Just go.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. That's okay.
Someone tell us why it does that.
I don't know. But
let's dive into this.
We're ready, guys. We're ready. We're excited, and we can't respond to you, but we will. So
yes,
I'm interested.
This girl, Kim, my wife, this girl with this topic was fired up for the past hour talking about it.
Yes.
You'll probably hear more from her on this video than me, because this is like,
hey, Jess.
Not a passion of yours, but, well, you're really good at this part of the business.
Well, thank you.
For that being said, but, like, you're passionate about this because your empathy and your, the care you give to the conversation is pretty cool to watch. And I get to see it all the time.
Yeah.
So, and that's part of this, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you get in these conversations, hey Melissa, when you get in these conversations, it is kind of like someone's interested now in a challenge pack, in your group.
Or they're interested in what you wrote. Or they're interested in your picture. Or they're interested in what? What are they interested in? That's where we need to be little investigators, right?
And it's almost, I don't even like using the term, because we don't use this term like closing or anything like that, because that's a very...
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
In my head.
It's a very salesy term, but there is a process to this where they have to complete the order.
Right. And I think what I like to use and what words I like to use with that is you're going to successfully help them change their life. Right? And a lot of times I think people think, oh my gosh, someone's interested. I've sold a challenge pack. Where in real actuality, that could take anywhere from an hour, a day, 48 hours, 72 hours. Sometimes it's up to 8 weeks. It just depends on where people are at in their journey, right? So we wanted to really preface that I'm interested with this is a process, right?
Yeah, I think you have to go into each conversation, and trust me, I know you get a lot of conversations. You have to go into each conversation with the notion that this is going to be a long-term relational process. It's not transactional. You have to go in with this mindset. It's a relational process, and as you said, relationship building can take a while.
It can, and it is, and it's really about, it's our job as coaches and as relationship builders to find out what people's pain points are. And when someone says, I'm interested, it means something in their life has to change, or I'm ready for a change, or I need some hope in my life. That's what that means. When someone says, I'm interested, how I interpret that personally is I need help. I want help. I need a solution. I need something different because what's happening in my life right now isn't working. And that is where you connect. Personal equals universal, guys. Write that down. Personal equals universal. Personal equals universal. So the more personal you are in relation to someone saying, I'm interested, the more you are going to have success. But here's what the best part is. The more you will be successful as a coach to get that person results because you are invested. And you have to be invested in order for people to understand that, yes, this is you are the right person for them to help them on their journey. Because that's what this is, right?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, and you and I each go through...
You can't see your comments, guys. Sorry, I'm just going to get for the new ones that have jumped on. We will be responding back after.
We can't see comments. Our apologies. Facebook Live. What's going on? I think you and I actually, we don't really do things differently, but hey, I'm a guy, you're a girl. We connect differently with people sometimes. I think you and
I say, hey, girl.
Yeah, I do not say that. It does not come across well for me. But I think the first thing you and I do, obviously, I hope everyone does this, is you go to we do a lot of our business through Facebook. You're getting actually more into Instagram and stuff too, but
Yep.
you go to their page and like, that's your first investment in them.
It is.
Your first investment is going to their page and learning and gathering what you can about them. And listen, like, I think Katie had commented on it from the National Wake Up Call this morning. It's like, you can get so much information, right? It's, you go to that mom who, there's no pictures of the mom. It's just all kids.
At the end of the day, you have to also remember, you're not selling a challenge pack. You are supporting and potentially offering an opportunity. You are providing hope. You are providing a change. And the more that you understand that it isn't about the money, that it is about really this safe, supportive group and community you have created, that's your gift to them, right? That's the excitement. And here's what I recommend, and here's what I always talk about, is that your challenge group has to match your message. So if you are I tell people, are you ready for magic? I'm serious. And fairy dust, and unicorns. But are you ready to be so supported? Are you ready for us to show up in your life every day? Are you ready for that? Because here's the thing. If you sell, let's say we sell, if you promote, if you speak passionately about what you're offering and you're under delivering, that also is a problem, right? It could be, potentially. So what I recommend is that you match your message. Your message has to match what you offer, right? You have to be realistic. So for our new coaches that have smaller groups, give it your all so that you can be honest and open and transparent in your conversations, that you are bringing it, because you are, right? But here's the thing. If you are copying and pasting from group to group, from month to month with the same people, that's not going to really serve your business or serve your clients either. And it won't serve you while you're speaking about the opportunity when someone says, I'm interested. Because what will happen is you'll just fall into the same pattern, the same routine, and you need to make sure that you are growing as a leader, as a coach, and you need to bring the passion, So here's what I know. When someone says, I'm interested, that's when the work begins. You need to understand, again, guys, that this take a long time, but you also have to understand, we can't be data dumps. We can't be an infomercial. You have to connect, right?
I think first and foremost, it's like when you are connecting with people and talking to them, like Kim said, they're reaching out to you for a reason. Like something is broken, or they need a change. So first and foremost, I kind of go into every conversation. I think you do. Like, people are really fearful.
Yeah.
And the objections you get, and I know you get a lot of objections, and listen, I know people have hard financial times. I get that. Like, I'm a fan of practicality. I understand bills have to be paid. However, most people, when it's regarding their health, which is the number one thing to take care of, because if you don't take care of that, you can't take care of the people you love.
Absolutely.
It's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's not. It's about fear, guys. So we try to use the words, like in our discussions and conversations, and we'll talk about specifically what we sort of do. It's like, I like to use these trigger words of, like, when you're talking about your accountability group and you're talking about the program, safe, private, support,
judgment-free,
empowering, secure, we got you.
Yeah.
I
am in this with you.
This is different. You're about to enter something that you've never attempted in your life, and it's going to be different than anything else you've experienced before. Yeah. That's our accountability group.
Absolutely.
And you have to speak with this kind of a passion, guys, because they're not buying a challenge pack, guys.
They're buying
they're buying you
and your support and your community that you're creating. They're buying your tribe. Right? And your vibe attracts your tribe. So the more honest you can be through that, and the more you can get them through that fear, is the key. And what we've found really works, and a lot of you probably use that, is the feel, felt, found. When they say, I'm interested, and you get an objection, I felt the same way. I really felt the same way. And here's what I did to discover how I could get through that.
Yeah.
You know, I found that when I actually started using the containers, I actually was overeating. And I realized that so many of the spirals in my life was because I was so out of control. And as soon as I used a system that made me feel in control, I found, honestly, that I literally could change my life and I could actually change my actions, and I'm changing my result because I found something that worked for me. So I feel you, girl. Right?
Yeah. It's coming from what's the word? It's coming from an empathetic.
Yeah.
You have to be an empathetic being because, guys, you guys know this. Like,
yeah.
People are in so much pain, and I'm not talking about physical pain, even though there's physical pain. Because when you're carrying, trust me,
you're carrying a burden.
When I was 65 pounds overweight, my one knee I had surgery on, it would just swell, and I was miserable. But that pain, you guys, is more emotional and mental, and you have to approach this conversation with an empathetic heart.
Yeah.
You have to. It can't be transactional.
Yeah, exactly. And here's a couple takeaways of how we do that. You have to get personal. And I said at the beginning of beginning of the call, personal equals universal. But here's the other thing. The more competent you become in delivering your message, the more confident you will become. The more confident you will become as a coach, right? So build your competence through your knowledge. What do you know? What are you 100% sure of? What don't you know? Go research on that.
Yeah.
You know, but here's what I know. You need to know who you're talking to. You need to ask questions. You have to be a learner, because if you become a learner, people become engaged with you because you are invested in them, and therefore they will be invested in you. The second thing I always do too is we do voice notes like crazy. I don't do them necessarily right away. We have a few text exchanged first, and then I will voice note them so they can hear my voice. What I've recently started doing is a Facebook video message to my messengers, like through Messenger, where I say, girl, I'm so excited to support you. And I sometimes will say my feel, felt, found message via message to them. And that has changed the game for me.
Sorry to interrupt. Maybe what we'll do is, if we can, I don't know if we can in the comments, but we'll post a little video of how, because it is, if you're not quite sure how to do that yet, we'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy, but you have to, anyway.
Yeah, so that's part of a couple of the things when people have been, I'm interested, you engage in conversation, you get personal. Use your voice. They need to hear that you're excited, that you are engaged, that you are passionate. You know, use your face because they're going to be seeing a lot of that. And the more you can build their confidence in you, the more, again, competent you will become in helping them get the results that they need. And then also let's hop on a quick phone call. Let's have, do you want to have a quick call?
More and more and more.
We're doing more and more. Do you want to have a quick call? And that could be after the 5th, just 8th touch I've had with somebody. And then that's when they say, okay, you know what? I think I'm ready. And at the end of the day, this is their journey. And if people aren't ready then that's okay. I nagged you for a year. For a year. Because my pain point was your pain point. 65 pounds of stress and burden and blood pressure medications.
Yeah.
And it was hard. But guess what happened when I stopped nagging you? You made the decision. We can't want this more than our potential clients want it. They have to want this. And if they want this, they'll be ready. But until they get over their fear, till they trust you enough, till they hear you say, listen, this is risk-free. At the end of the 30 days, you can roll it back, and you don't have to lead with that. But that's another option. That's another option that you can say, especially when you're dealing with those types of objections. And it's really important, I'm at a point with some of my conversations where people aren't even asking price. They're just like, I'm in. But with the others, they are asking that. But you have to speak with passion and empathy and connection in order for people to understand what solution you have for them, because that's what they're looking for. Yeah. What's in it for me? Does it work? And how are you going to help me get my goals?
They want to know that you're that's where the price starts to almost be secondary.
It does.
Because let's be honest, like $199 US, it's like, let's be honest, like let's put that aside for a sec. They need to know that you are the person that's going to change the course of their life. And that's a big thing.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a huge thing. The one thing I wanted to follow up is what you said about when you're speaking to people, your accountability group has to match your message.
Yes.
It has to live up to that.
Yeah.
You know what else has to match that? Your posts.
Yes, absolutely.
Your Facebook
How
posts,
you
your
show up.
Instagram posts. Because
Yeah.
what do you think the first thing they're going to do as well? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they've probably already looked at that at that point,
Yeah.
but they're going to go research what you're posting.
Yeah.
Like, you better make sure that you're being
Who is this
authentic.
person?
You're showing who you are.
Yeah.
That's why it's always important. We try to pull pieces of our accountability group and share that
Yeah.
on our page.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Absolutely.
that's all like
We do that almost daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that has to match your message as
Yeah.
well, not only your accountability group.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I think at the end of the day, guys, when you get those words, I'm interested, I want more information, get excited, you know, but don't put all your eggs in one basket right away, because what happens is, I remember this so vividly as a new coach. I'd like, Jamie, I have 5 people. And you're like, okay, you know, and maybe one would complete at the end of the month, right?
Maybe.
So I've been there. We've been there. And I think the more you stay connected, the more you invite, the more you put yourself out there on social media, the more the I'm interesteds turn quite quickly, because they already know you. They already feel like they understand what you offer, how you offer, that it works, that they can trust you, and that you are a real human being and not a robot, right? Because perfection isn't what this is about. This is about failing forward daily and sharing the journey together. And the more that you can do that, that comes across in your messages, that comes across when someone says, I think you're it for me. I think you're the coach that I need to help me get through my journey. And guess what else? That usually happens to also be the person that's going to join your team. So as you treat them with the respect, with the love, and you pour that into them as a client, they're learning from you how they're going to do that same thing for when they become a coach on your team.
Yeah, and that's all part of that duplication process too, right? And we all have different personalities, and we all work with people differently. But that's part of it. Like every step you take in this business, you're teaching, showing, people are learning about what you're doing. And part of, I know, even I get sick of hearing about consistency, but consistency is so huge in every facet of this business, because even like you're posting on Facebook, it's like, that's what gets people interested in what you're doing. And if you're not being consistent, the people who potentially could be interested, they fall off the map because they see you're not carrying it through all the way.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. So you have to be all in. You have to be all in on your people. You have to be all in your message. You know, another example or lesson or key takeaway I have too is, if you're tired or you aren't, your child is right beside you, don't respond back. Respond back when you're ready to talk, right? I think we live in the world of instant message. I got to get right back to them. And that might result in you quickly saying something that maybe for the first interaction or the first few interactions, that isn't what needed to come across. So I would recommend, be prepared, have the time to invest, know who you're talking to, get personal, lessen your expectation that this person is going to be an immediate sale, and instead think of the opportunity they have to be a part of your tribe, either as a client or as a coach.
Preach it.
Okay?
That was good. That was a good closing. Oh, one last thing. Sorry, I'm going to ruin her closing. Scripts, because everyone talks about, scripts. Trust me, I followed a script when I first started coaching, and I think scripts are important because you need a structure that helps with your competence level. Like if your upline coach can give you a general script about what to say, I think that's really important. But it's got to be authentic, and you got to personalize it. And again, even now with voice note and the video messaging that Kim's been doing and we've been doing and stuff, you still need that script, but man, just speak from your heart.
Yeah.
And if you have to follow the script, tweak it so it's got some inflections of you and stuff.
And break it up.
That's what they're purchasing.
Do not put these long paragraphs. Try to break it up into tiny bite-sized pieces and really talk and marinate through that conversation and just pour into those people, because you never know who you're serving.
They're buying you, not the challenge packs, you guys,
Yeah.
and they're buying the hope that you can really, really help
Absolutely.
the painful situation that they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a journey. It's a long one. It is not a quick turnaround, and you've got to be all in, just like your challengers have to be all in,
Yep.
and just keep showing up.
And sorry, guys, we couldn't see any comments. We'll get to them after,
Yes.
but hope you found value in that.
Yeah.
And have an awesome Monday,
Have
everybody.
a beautiful Monday, guys. Go
See ya.
rock this week.